Boobs, breasts, ghouls,
Ghosts! Welcome to the show.
we're your hosts.
Space!
Space. Oh,
Space!
what is it? It's episode what? 3.
Episode 3. They
I'm
say it happens
so
in threes.
tired. Also, this is terrible, terrible audio because I'm literally munching on a pastry. I'll
It's
put that down.
authentic. It's proper authentic. No, prioritize the pastry. Don't prioritize the pod. It goes pastry, then pod. It's what is it?
The yum yum it's a yum yum. The best of all pastries and the most British of all pastries. I'll take a yum
Oh.
yum over a donut any day. Any day.
Even though they are conceptually the same thing.
Yeah,
I
and
get
I
it.
prefer, and I love jam. I love jam. But I'm still
Yeah.
picking yum yum.
It always reminds me of me and Mum is when we'd come over to your old house, bring a box because you'd have us over for the whole day. Our contribution to that loveliness was a little box of yum yums, and it's just it's family yum yums.
Mhm.
Also, I like to think of the origin of the naming. I think it was just someone's daughter had like pinched a bit off the tested table, and she was like yum yum, and they were like them golden. They
They
are what they say on the tin.
they are yum yum indeed. They remind me of Nan, and they also
Yeah.
remind me of, this is not interesting at all, but when I was in year 6, I had a horrendous verruca. Horrendous. I picked up from swimming and I had to go
Yeah.
to the doctors to get rid. But my
Mhm.
dad would walk me back, this is where we're from. He'd walk me back past Waitrose
Oh,
and, and he'd be like, before I take you back to school, how about we have a tea and a yum yum? And at 11, I
oh,
was like, fuck yes.
oh man, nice. Even now, if someone offered me that, a tea and a yum yum, what a well, not romantic in that instance, but what a loving, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you dunk your yum yum?
Oh no.
Actually, I would like to point out in front of everyone, or however many, you're a weird tea drinker.
Am
And it
I?
frightens me. It's the way you prefer, or maybe not prefer, but the way you most commonly drink your tea
Oh,
just
lukewarm.
disgusts me. Just
Can't
vile.
kids temp.
Like you'll treat it like a shot and leave it, and then just down a cold you're
I
not
want a
getting the
tepid.
full tepid tea like that. No one's buying that, but like it just
Even it's too
astounds
hot.
me.
It hurts. I
Yeah.
can't. I do like it warm. I will drink cold tea, but I do prefer it warm. But
Okay,
like
that's okay.
the kind of temperature a baby's bottle would be.
You want your tea straight out of the nipple, don't you? Like, I mean, I will say though, I get it. Like, you can leave tea a while and and then you can just drink it fast. But to me, tea is the experience of having a drink that lasts like half an hour. Because, like, when you want a treat, but you try not to snack too much, so you have a good old cuppa, but then you drink it too fast, and then you go back to pick it up and it's empty, and you're like, what have I done?
See, for me, it's a waiting game because I can't drink it for the first half an hour. So I make a tea. That has to be a lot of forward planning because if I want a tea and then I make a tea, I can't drink it. So I have to plan, well, I want a tea in half an
I love that. You have to think, in 30 minutes, could I drink a
hour.
tea?
And yeah, a tea I feel like is a thick drink. Like
Yeah,
I don't want much milk, but I do want 2 sugars. It's basically
yeah,
syrup.
yeah, yeah, it actually is. Oh God. Do you know why we didn't talk about this on episode 2? Because tea is a time task. Like you said, you have to time it. And then also you have to time whether you're going to be traveling in a car or a train afterwards
Uh-huh.
because needing a tea wee.
I honestly, okay, right, here's the thing, and I think one of my theories is that tea might be to blame. And actually I wrote it down in my notes because I needed
Oh
to
no.
talk about it. I needed to tell you. I wrote, I always have the shits at work. The doctors the doctor said that I had IBS, but I think it might be psychological.
Oh man, there's so much to unpack there. Right, so you think it's
Genuinely,
tea?
genuinely today I had 4 poos. 4 poos,
Oh,
3 of which 2 hours. 2 hours I had 3 poos.
what what did you ingest in that time?
Nothing except for one tea. One tea. The way, and I don't know whether it's because Mom, if you're listening, don't listen to this, but I will go to the toilet and I will sit on my phone for 5 minutes, and that's like my smoking break. That is in my
Yeah.
head, that's how I justify it. Because I'm like, I'm done. I need to sit down.
Yeah.
I need to go on Pinterest. I need
Yeah.
to be in here so long the motion detectors turn off. And then I know it's time to leave.
And you're in pitch blackness. I love
And
that.
I don't know whether my body is like, you're on the toilet, do something.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hence a psychological aspect. And also because I have a thing against authority figures and workplaces. So I'm like, I've got to shit on company time. Like I just have to. And it's that. But also, obviously, I don't eat breakfast at work because
Mhm.
I'm a bad person. I don't eat breakfast, so all I do is drink tea, and then I have a little box of mints, but they're not very minty. They're like nice level of mintiness, and they're like powdery crunchy. So I will have like
That.
4 or 5 at once. So I'm
Yeah.
essentially feeding myself laxatives and caffeine
Yeah. Yeah. I think that might be
and sitting
it.
on the toilet like 7 to 10 times a day just to chill out. So
Do you know, I feel like you painted such a picture that it's all of it. It is every single one of that is the reason. It's because your butthole is thinking, well, I'm back where I out, like, better do my job. It's because, you know, it's because the 9 to 5 crap on it. And it's definitely the mints. What I want to know is, though, when you're sitting just to have a rest, are you still pulling your pants down then? Like, are you preparing your body for that?
because I'm not being dishonest, I'll have a little tinkle.
Oh yeah, while you're there, you might as well.
But I also catch up on
Oh.
emails. Usually I'm voice memoing you.
Yeah. Do you know, I really hope your mum is listening because she's going to be outside that bathroom door now. Oh man, it's definitely all of the above. Do you know how jealous I am? Before we started, I was like, I'm going to go for a quick poo and you were going for a quick wee, and we swapped. You
Yeah,
had one, I didn't. I don't go. I probably go once or twice a week. A week.
that
Give
is
me
insane.
I know. Give me give me the mints and that tea. Like, I
Fennels have
try.
dodgy bowels.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, but is that normal for you? Are you always just our theme for today is space? I don't think we've even this cups of tea and
No, I can hear
turd
you shit.
This is the stuff people want to know, though. Like, we all want to talk about everyone's bowel movements, but you can't just bring it up in conversation. So you need a podcast.
I'm regular like every day.
Jealous.
When I'm at work, it's multiple times. But then, and I think this is why I know another reason I think it's psychological is when I was
Yeah.
working at theatre, I was going days without shitting again, and I was eating the same kinds of food. Like I was still eating like sandwich. I was still having lunch and dinner the same.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
drinking a lot more water,
That's
but I
good for
didn't. Oh, hello.
nerves.
Is that really what you want to put on your podcast?
You're beautiful.
Bilious. The fennels are just a little bit bilious.
That's going on a t-shirt.
Bilious. You Nancy?
Oh, that's going in the. Please tell me you caught that. Oh, I love your mom. I love the fennels, man. Okay, so we were talking about pooing.
We were
So,
talking
like,
about poo.
is there a segue from poop to the concept of all meanings of space? There
Well,
probably is one.
space toilets are crazy.
Oh,
Like on, I was going to say aeroplanes. Aeroplane toilets, to be fair, are mental, but I
evil.
was talking about like rocket ships.
Yeah, do you know, I think again with this whole psychological thing, like you say, when you come home from work, you need a wee, and the second your body sees the toilet, like it's game over. You need to sit on it. Like your body
Yeah.
knows what a toilet. I feel like that's part of that. You're on the toilet, you sat, gravity's involved. When you're out in space, you haven't got any of that to tell you about. You just have to push and know that it's like, I think, do they put a little tube? I don't know, but it just
I
doesn't
actually
sit
don't
right.
know how astronauts shit.
I don't think it's like the same way. I think they put it into like a little packet and they like compost it, I think. That goes further into their food, so it really is like one closed system. But have you? I know this is going off from poo, but to full-time space. Have you seen videos of people testing like G-force and how they react? I mean, it's like the aging process. It's mental. Oh, we went to Alton Towers with some of Ben's friends from work, and we went on Rita, Queen of Speed.
Absolutely.
I remember doing that when I was 9, and like I don't know if it was a case of like my brain blocked out. I knew she was fast. She's the fastest one. I couldn't keep my head back against the seat no matter how hard I tried. So I kept visioning myself cracking my skull, that my cheeks were dragged. I couldn't breathe because of the air going through my foot. It was horrible.
Rita is horrible. I would say the best seat on Rita for not getting like whiplash is the front.
Really? The front?
Yeah.
Really? I just thought that would be the worst.
On Nemesis as well. You know, like on Nemesis you get like really knocked about.
Which one's Nemesis again?
The one that just closed down. It's like the big red one. It's quite an old one.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever been on that one.
It has like that really sheer drop that's like in front of a wall, so it looks like you're gonna hit the wall.
Yeah.
It being that one because it's older, my head hurts when I get off it because you're literally like rattling around. But if you sit on the front, it like minimizes how much you rattle.
Oh, I suppose, yeah, because the rattle comes from the motion of the stuff in front as well.
Yeah.
It's like a domino effect, isn't it?
But it is fun and it doesn't hurt. And that's
the main priority, isn't it? Like, because we went on, I've never been on the Wicker Man before because the idea of it being made, it was that good. I bought a pin badge and Ben bought a t-shirt. It was brilliant. Like, my favorite bit was the intro when you're in the room.
So good in it.
Storytelling 101, and that it was just phenomenal. But what really frightened me was that it was made of wood. Like,
yes.
It goes so fast. It's made of wood. It's like, I mean, yes, it's holding, but for how much longer is that going to hold? So we should go to the theme park.
Smiler?
No, I couldn't. We got there.
Do it?
No, like luckily Ben was with me, and there was one other guy. We were the people standing with the bags, and like 9 other people went on it. It was our first. It would have been our first ride of the day. There was no way that was 14 loops. Have you seen? Oh, I can't. Have you done it?
It's long. I've done it. It's long, and you feel it. Like you know, like you're on a ride normally, and it finishes, and you're like, "Oh man, that lasted like 2 seconds."
Yeah.
There were parts when I was on the Smiler where I was like, when will this end? Like, it was fun. I tell you what, we fucked it as well because it was our last ride of the day. And we'd done every single ride, a couple of them twice.
Yeah.
In like the space of like maybe 4 hours. So my insides were not in the right positions already. So like the Smiler, I genuinely thought I was gonna die. Like I came off, I was like ready to go up. It was good. And I think if my insides hadn't been so higgledy-piggledy.
The wear and tear.
Ever.
So what frightened me was the fact that there's 2 carts going at the same time, and it's like such a compact ride. Like, yes, I know it goes underground, like deep, but I'm like, how can you fit 14 loops in that proximity? Like, and also I made the mistake of Googling that incident the night before we went. So I did put us off, but I think it's my age as well. Like, when there was another ride we didn't go on, it's called Galactica or something, but it used to be called like Air or something.
The worst experience of my life.
Everybody that did it came off and said that. I was so pleased. Is that the one where you're like facing the ground?
Yeah, all my friends. There is like, it got turned from Air to Galactica because they added like a VR element. So you're like when the VR's working, which it never is. I've never done it with VR.
Yeah.
But you're like flying through space. That's the like premise. But when it's not, you're like face down. You're lying down. I'm scared of heights, and like when you're in a harness on a roller coaster, there's like a little bit of a gap. Like there is. But because you're lying face down, you like are falling into the gap. So there's like you don't feel the back of the seat on your back.
Oh God, that's horrible.
I literally all my friends wanted to go on it, so I was like, well, I'm not gonna be a pussy. I'm gonna get on the ride with them. Great. And the whole day I'd been yapping up, all the like ascents. I went with my friend Kelly. We would literally just like gossiping up all the ascents. Like on Air, I was so scared I didn't speak And she literally turned to me midway through and was like, "Are you okay?" Because I didn't even scream. I was so scared.
Oh my
No noise came
God.
out my mouth.
That's when you know you're
Yeah.
frightened.
And then
Oh
I
my
did it
God.
again.
Why?
I went another time and I was like, I'm not gonna be a bitch. Like everyone else is doing it, I'm gonna get on it. It can't be
Yeah.
that bad. I'll be fine. I know I'm gonna be fine. I've done it before. And literally I cried.
No way. No.
It's
Oh.
horrible.
I'm so pleased I didn't, because genuinely everyone came off it, looked like yellow face, hated it. And whilst I was waiting, I saw a tiny little bunny rabbit eating the grass, and I thought I definitely had the better time there. Like, I'm so pleased I didn't do that one, because yeah, that sounds awful.
It's not nice.
Sounds bloody awful. They've got a cracking aquarium, by the way, at Alton Towers. In case you've been, like, we wandered off through that. And the gift shops, like, genuinely, I'm the gift shops, like, target market. I'm the
I
demographic.
love gift shops.
Why haven't we been together?
That's mad to me because it's also like if you go on like at the start of summer or the end of summer when schools are still in school,
Yeah.
no queues.
Oh, that sounds beautiful. We need to make a
Yeah.
plan. All these shampoo bottles these days are advertising freaking Alton Tower tickets on the back of them. And so, like, you've been, we've got enough hair between us to afford a
Yeah.
ticket.
And maybe I will like the aquarium because my mom told me a story recently and I don't remember it. I was very, very small. They took me
Yeah.
to the Sea Life Centre and I
Yeah.
walked in and I was like, this is freaking me out. I've got to leave.
Did you actually leave?
And those were my actual words. This is freaking me out.
I can so imagine you as like a little, like, in some kind of like red heels or so, I don't know, just going, oh no, I'm leaving. Like, that's so good. Oh, I bet your mum and dad with the tickets bought and everything. Just talking about things like you say as you're little as well. My mom told me, not, she was telling Ben's mom about like what I was like when we were little and stuff. And it was about my first day at school. And so mom walked me to, where we lived was really close. And when she picked me up after, she was like, "How was it, Em?" And I was like, "Oh, do you know, it was all right, but I don't think I could do it every day." And mom was like, "Well, if you're good, you can have weekends off." And I was like, wow. So I honestly thought I was like the lucky one. It's like, "Oh, well, I'm a good girl, so I don't have to go in on a Saturday." And I think that was just really clever parenting. Because fair play, mom. It made me think she was really like looking out for me there. Imagine if you had to do it every day, like if you lived at a board. I know they don't have lessons of a weekend, but like living at a school.
Oh, and you have to deal with the same people. Oh, grim. No
Oh,
thanks.
exactly. And like what I can't get my head around is American unis where you have an actual roommate.
Oh, like what
Like,
do you mean? What do you mean? Like how?
yeah,
Also,
because
they pay so much.
oh, it's weird. It's a different, like, they have fraternities and sororities, and to me that is
Weird.
just such a setting for a horror movie
It's
that
so
it's like,
bizarre. They're like cults. They're literally
yeah,
joining
yes,
cults.
they are, because they're like Gamma Theta Beta, and they have to do like initiations, which are normally illegal, the ways they do them, and then it's
Yeah.
all like, oh, I don't know, it freaks me out, but I'd love to. That would be another one to time travel, but not in time, just space travel is what it's called. It's just called traveling. I would love to go and be a fly on the wall in that and see if they are really as weird as they sound.
It feels like they are.
Yeah, and like a roommate, like, it's bad enough. I mean, at uni you meet some of your best friends, but also there's people that you don't know, and you have to share a fridge with. It's hard
Oh
enough.
God.
But to share a bedroom with, and like they bring people back, like you want to just sit in bed and read and fart, and it's like, oh, there's
Yeah.
Samantha just
Not being
clipping
able
her
to
tone.
fart for like a year straight. No. No, no, no. I'd have to be like, I'm sorry, Bab, but it's happening.
Yeah, little warning.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Oh, do you fart in front of your friends?
No,
I'd
no,
stage fright.
absolutely not.
Fully
I
get
can't
stage
do it.
fright.
I had to, Chloe, you'll be what listens to this, I'm sure. I went to Manchester with Chloe and her boyfriend Toby,
Yeah.
and we were staying in a room together. It was like an IBS, whatever. But we drank all day the day before, cocktails, vodka, and the morning after, Toby went to get us breakfast, and I was like,
Classic.
I've
Good
got to do
man.
a shit. I have to do a shit. And because it was an IBIS, it's essentially a prison cell. So the toilet
It's
is
right
in
there.
the room, essentially. And I was like, I've got to. And I was like I couldn't take a spray in there because that's obvious as fuck. So I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
sprayed myself in the doorway, like trying to make it nonchalant. But they all knew. They both knew I'd done a shit. I'm sure of it.
Oh, I love that so much. It's weird though, because would argue I could probably more comfortable. I can poo really well in public places. One of the best public poos I've ever had, Weatherspoons, taken my laptop in, done some writing, had one of those, and the £1 refillable lattes, and I'm like, gotta go. I think it's because there's always someone in there, and also no one knows which cubicle it's coming from. And mine aren't that loud. It's more the time I'm in there that people know what I'm doing. And I can really just drop one, but
I mhm.
farting is a different level to me. Farting in
It
front of
just
people is evil. Scares me.
I burp in front of people. I'll do
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
A
100%.
burp's a burp, but
Yeah,
there's something. But like I'm with you though with public pooing. I can do it pretty. Like at school, didn't even do a wee, not even a wee.
yeah,
But
yes.
now I don't know if it's nightclubs and like being drunk because the minute I drink alcohol, I'm like, I gotta shit so bad. So like I've done enough in clubs drunk that now I'm
Yeah,
just like, doesn't matter, don't care.
yeah. Oh God, yeah. I mean, actually, I've take back what I said earlier. I do remember there was one time at uni. There was what we called, me and my friend from uni, the best friend we, because there was just two toilets in one cubicle, and I literally had to go once, and it was like, because I don't go that often, it was like a week's worth of stuff, to the point where I just remember taking a picture because I'm like, that's got to be some kind of record. How did we get back here?
I don't know. We're supposed to be talking about space.
Making space inside of us. But but yeah, no, it's just weird, isn't it? Because it's like a different everyone poos, and I think that's but then everyone farts, but then I still can't do that in front of people. Maybe I need to
Oh
get
yeah.
some kind of counselling.
I made myself feel really ill when I was with my ex-boyfriend because I was like refusing to fart in front of him, but we would stay together for like a full weekend, and I'd be eating more food in one weekend than I had that entire week. And I'd make myself feel I'd get so bloated because I wasn't burping and I wasn't farting and I was rarely shitting because the toilet was so close to the living room. So I was like there was points where I was like I just need to go to sleep because I'm so bloated.
Yeah, but
And
then
like a girl died doing that.
really?
A girl didn't fart in front of her fella and she literally like fully died or she ended up in hospital.
Oh Jesus, because I'm still not like I will occasionally lie on my back in my sleep and it will just tootle out of me. And Ben has always said it's not a problem, but I think it's that mental block. Like it's weird
It is a
though,
mental block.
but the front fart, your classic queef, makes me laugh. I think it's because a fart, if it wasn't pure evil, if it wasn't like nuclear warfare, weaponized type of, that's where I'm at. I'd eat a lot of like bean-based things. I love
Hmm.
me
Yeah,
cannellonis, and
this is
I
what I had to
just
say. I had to say
yeah,
this to my ex. I was like, if it was just the noise, I would fart in
yeah,
front of them. I would, but they're heinous.
yeah,
It's the way like they're like putrid. It's vile. I can't produce a smell like that in front of you. I
Oh.
just can't.
And it's horrible, isn't it? That feeling where you have to like clench, but when it's fighting you, so you have to
Oh.
clench with like your whole upper body as well. And like if it's like when you're spooning and you lift away from them because you're trying to keep it in, it's a sport.
It is a sport. Gives you abs.
Yeah, it's just the gas, pockets of gas making abs. Oh man. Right, should we talk about space?
Yeah, we should probably talk about.
Have you got any particular question in mind, or do I have one?
Ooh,
I have two actually.
I've got three, but it might be
Okay.
two because one of them references something that I don't know if you've watched.
Okay, let's test it.
Okay, right. Before I ask the question, do you know what the backrooms are?
I think I do.
They're like web creepypasta YouTube series. It's gonna get turned to a movie.
I've heard of it 100%. What goes on in them?
They're like a liminal space, like beyond that, in like I guess like a parallel reality or like a pocket reality that is
Yeah.
like infinite space that the government have found, and they're they're like using it as office space, but there's shit in there. And they're like infinite, but it's like yellow offices and it's wet in there and a weird version of reality. But people
Okay.
in our reality, they can end up in there by accident because there's like gateways in ours.
That sounds so up my street. How have I
Yeah,
not?
they're turning it into a film.
Oh my God. So is it just a
Yeah.
YouTube series or something?
Yeah, it's a YouTube series, and the guy who made it's like 15. It's crazy.
Oh my God. Right. After this, I know what I'm doing. Like, genuinely, that sounds perfect. So,
So
shoot,
sick.
I'll try and envision it.
Yeah, and it's scary because it's like yeah, like the liminal space. Like there is there's some of the levels have creatures, but
Oh,
it is that kind of like just never ending,
I love that.
freakishly like almost human but not quite space.
Okay.
So
Right.
my question is, if we found a space like that, a pocket reality that seemed infinite, do you
hmm
think we should explore it or should we leave that shit alone?
See, I mean, it's us. We're going to explore it. Like, if there was a big red button and like do not cross tape, we would just actively have not look at it directly. Like, we are going to explore it. It's one of those things like do it, think like later. And it makes me think because what you were saying reminds me, there's something I watched on YouTube. I can't remember what it was called, but it was like a guy filming walking into a woods, and then he finds like like a little hole in the ground, and it's a staircase that he's doing for like the whole first video is an hour long of him climbing the stairs down and down, and the next video is him finding an underground shopping center, but it's
Mhm.
all abandoned, and it's like there's music playing and the lights are off, and then but it's real life. It's like it's not fiction, but it
Oh,
is. It is fiction. It is an abandoned, but he makes it look. It enhances it. It's not actually
yeah.
like because there's a creature in it that's on wheels that he keeps spotting in different rooms, and then it ends up getting in. Blah blah blah. But it reminds me. It makes me think of like if me and you were out in the woods and we saw something, and like we'd both be terrified. We'd be squealing. We'd be like, no, we got, no, we got. We'd take about an hour just to deliberate on whether we're going to. But I just think we may even go home, but then I think that curiosity would eventually get us.
Yeah.
And I think we would, but what are you saying?
I feel like we shouldn't, but we definitely would. It's
Yeah.
like there was that hole in Sutton. There was a hole in the wall that was door shaped under the church. And I
Oh my
was so
God.
me and mum used to pass it all the time. We were like, I have to
Yeah.
go in, I have to see it. And I tried to take my friends in. We didn't get very far. But we like
Was it?
walked into it. There was shit everywhere, so obviously it was just like we're fucking drug addict. Like it was very much like this is where
Yeah.
druggers do deals. But there was like I don't think there was anything in it. We didn't get very far, but like I had to go in.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just
I
wanted to
mean,
see.
that's what I mean. It's that almost morbid curiosity. And I mean,
Yeah,
like, it's weird because if it like was like an infinite reality, obviously I'd be like, can we get back? Will time have passed by the time we return? All that kind of stuff. But if it was a case of just slipping in, slipping out,
hmm
I'd need to hold your hand the whole time. And like,
yeah,
I would be so nervous because it reminds me of when we recorded Boob at yours trying to summon Nan, and we ended up like roaming around the back of your garden in the dark. That scared the hell out of me. And so it's a mixture of both. I would like to say we would, and we would tentatively would, and that's probably it. Yeah, like, but yeah, that's it. That's a good question actually, because it's like it's like in I'm a Celebrity when they're given a box with a hole in it, and they're like, put your hand in, and
yeah.
like you think the worst, but sometimes it is just a bit of goop, but sometimes it is a huntsman spider. So I don't know. We'd probably record a podcast whilst thinking about what to do. So that's a good question. I like that. I'm thinking about
Oh,
that.
thanks.
Oh, excuse
Bless you.
me. Ben always says I sound like Mini Mario jumping when I sneeze. Right, I'm going to jump in then with my much more tame. Your questions are incredible. Genuinely, the one you did about. Actually, no, I'm going to go off the back of your question from episode 2. So if listeners are listening in order, they'll understand.
Woo!
You asked, but if for a bit of context, you asked me if I was trapped in like a devil. The devil was torturing me, trapped in a just a basic empty room for all of eternity. What would I do to pass the time? I'm going to say the same kind of question, except you're being tortured. You have to stay in a room for all of eternity. However, the devil fancies you a little bit, so he's gonna let you pick the room you're in, and it can be anything from a room in a palace to a cute garden to anything, or a fictional room like something from Edward Cullen's bedroom. Do you know what I mean? So, what's your room? What's your space?
That's hard. Boring one was to just say my own bedroom because all my shit's here.
Pass it.
Another
off.
one, cop out, and also hypocrite because I said I don't like the franchise. The Room of Requirement from Harry Potter.
That is so clever. Oh my God, that is so clever.
But then I could go down a slutty route and just pick someone's room that I think's really fit.
Yeah, but what if they like move house and then you just
Just
like,
stuck there.
yeah.
Um,
I like that.
yeah, I feel like it's good. I feel like the Room of Requirement is such a cop-out answer.
No, but it's clever. Like, I don't think many people would have thought of that.
I've watched too
But
much Taskmaster.
yeah. Oh, if only they would do like a normal people version of that, and
Oh,
we could just apply. Our whole family, I think, would be flawless. Well, not flawless. Funny. Funny.
entertaining.
Oh, it would be brilliant. That's such a clever one, I don't know if you could beat that. I think yours is perfect because it will literally change to meet your needs, so you would be fine. I was gonna say, but I don't know if it counts as a room, a supermarket, but like a
Oh,
big,
yeah,
mega,
like an American supermarket,
yeah.
like a
But
Target or
then,
something. Big old,
yeah, one that sells like furniture as well. So you've got like a bed and
yeah.
like garden equipment and all that stuff and big windows, and one that's in a nice area, so I've got a view. But I was thinking, 'cause I've watched Vampire Diaries again recently, and there's a blah blah blah, a prison world that they're trapped in. It's like a magical prison world, and this same day repeats itself. But they go to the supermarket, but the things they eat don't like respawn. So then I'm
Ah,
thinking like, oh God, a supermarket would suck when the items aren't there and when I've eaten everything. Like, when you've got a bare fridge and empty cupboards, but they're not
yeah.
empty. Then you've just got your fagioli beans or whatever they are, and you're like boiling in the bag rice but no sauces, and it's like that. It would be torture. So now I don't know what room. We honestly, I think we need to plan our questions in advance because these are like essay questions. There's some stuff that we need to. I think, yeah, a bedroom. Again, that's another thing I realized when moving into my own like actual flat. Because obviously, your bedroom when you're at home or when you're at uni is. I was talking about this at my friend's wedding. It is your entire universe. Everything you
Yeah.
own, even at uni, like you don't care so much about your cutlery. Everything you own is in your bedroom. But now I have a living room and I have like essentially a spare bedroom, which is where my bookshelf is. So now I'm like, is this book a bedroom worthy book or is it a living room book? And I've never understood that feeling of like room belonging. It's weird. So I couldn't even say my bedroom now because I've got some good books in the living room. It's hard, isn't it? One room forever. I'm good though. I think we're very good because like we're very like creative people. We're good at like when people say I can't sit in my bedroom every day. I need to get out. I'm so good at that. I'm so good at sitting on my ass and just reading my books, writing a bit, having a nap.
Yeah.
Going to your room is never a punishment. It is.
I don't, yeah, another story from my youth that I didn't remember. Mum had to stop sending me to the naughty step because I enjoyed it. Because I just like go and sit on the naughty step and like she'd make me read or something that would be a punishment for a normal child. But I just sit there happily, just like, okay.
Oh God, that explains so much. I love that. Oh my God, imagine that. You'd be purposely naughty just so you could then go and have a reprieve and a good read. Oh wow. You are I know I literally knew you. I've known you your entire life. But I almost wish we were the same age so we could have been like kids at the same time.
Yeah,
Oh, that would have been perfect.
so stupid.
The naughty step as well. You're just at the bottom of the stairs having a read. Oh man. Oh, that's so good. But yeah, that was my more creative question of the two good ones I've got.
My next one's a bit silly.
Oh,
And it
I love
involves
that.
spaces, as in spaces in the world, and it
Mhm.
also involves space, as in outer space. It's a crossover.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to share an office space with a fictional alien. Who are you picking? And also,
Oh.
what is their business?
Oh, wow. You should publish some kind of book for just thinking This is what I mean when I said turning up with a list of things to talk about with your mates. That is incredible. Imagine me and you sat in the park on a picnic basket with a little, couple of VKs, just watching the sun
Oh.
go down, talking about this stuff. A fictional alien. So are we talking as alien as like Thor is? Or like Doctor Who type Sontarans, like
Well, I suppose so.
what are we clarifying as alien?
Anyone who's from a different planet.
Okay, trying to think. Aliens. I love Paul.
Great
You know,
choice.
I think Paul's phenomenal. I actually think because he's quite ironically down to earth. He's quite chill, clever. Are we trapped in this office forever?
No, just to work.
Oh, he's just a colleague. Yeah, because I think he's low maintenance. He knows some stuff because he worked like was it the CIA or something. And the business would be, I would probably be. I don't know if this would be in an office, but some kind of publishers that work on sci-fi, and we need him to like report on the accuracy of the sci-fi in question. That's my answer.
That is so good. That is so good.
I like that
Paul
question.
is such a shout.
I love Paul. Shout out to your dad. So, what are you thinking?
I don't know, because again, cop out could just say the Doctor.
Oh my God, Jackie's a freaking alien, isn't he? Oh, that didn't occur to me.
But
Good one
then so
again.
many aliens suck balls. I hate E.T. I would have punched E.T. in the face. I hate
Oh.
E.T. Freakish little thing.
Oh.
Obviously, I don't want a xenomorph because dead.
Oh, I love this.
Trying to think of other stuff that comes from outer space. I don't, to be fair, what are the Doctor Who creatures are there?
I'm trying to think because, like the Daleks and other Cybermen, aliens, or are
Yeah,
they?
like they can't. They're a grey area.
And because when you mentioned the Bridgerton style thing in the last episode and the owls, it made me think of the one in the fireplace with David Tennant and the
Yes,
clockwork.
they're
I'm
clockwork
assuming,
robots.
yeah, like I'm assuming all of those are aliens. They've just adapted.
Yeah.
Like that's okay. You got Weeping Angel.
Oh, I'm trying to think of nice aliens. There's actually not that many.
Oh yeah.
Like
Who does he
nice
befriend?
aliens in the attic.
Oh, I freaking used to love that film. You got your classic Disney Channel stars in it, like Ashley Tisdale. It's so good. Oh, Gremlins alien.
I've got it.
Oh,
I've got it.
Go.
Amelia, Captain Amelia from Treasure Planet.
Oh, that
just-
is so niche. I love that so much.
Yeah, Captain Amelia, and I'll even take what's his name, Doctor Dinklebert, Doctor Dingleberry, something like that. Doctor. I'm gonna Google it because it's gonna bother me. Treasure Planet is my favorite Disney film.
That is such a good one. I forget it's literally got planet in the title. So they're in your office.
Yeah.
What's your business?
Delbert. Dr. Delbert. What are we doing? It's gotta be some piratey. Well, he's a scientist and she's a pirate. Sorry, gang, my father's gone to bed, so I'm just going to have to be a little bit quieter because I'm a 24-year-old that lives at home.
That was like ASMR, that was. Oh my God. What just once in like for like a small 15, we're gonna have to do an ASMR podcast where we're just
100%.
like
100%.
but making the most grotesque noises that we can think of. Okay, so what's your business then?
He's a scientist. She's a sailor / pirate. She's hot and a cat, and he's an ugly dog.
Some kind of puppy play.
I think we're going to be a therapist's office for troubled teens.
Do you know that is such a good direction? That is so good.
I did with Jim.
Oh my God. Yeah, because you could have like hydrotherapy as well for the sailory aspect. Scientists,
she's very smart. He's a scientist.
and then
he's autistic coded. He is.
Yeah. You can't fault that.
And at that point in their lives, Jim Hawkins would be an adult man and he'd fall in love with me
You
because
really?
he's been a long time crush of mine, Jim Hawkins.
Oh, is he an animal?
He's an no, he is a human boy.
Okay, that I ain't
Well,
nothing
it's
against it.
animated, but he is still
Nothing against it, to be fair. But I was just gonna say you've thought about this, but I've literally watched you think about it. So that was a beautiful moment. Like that all fell into place so well. Oh, it's so good. We really need to like think about making these businesses. Like genuinely. Oh, that was a good question, you know. Right, I know now the kind of pattern we're going for with the next episodes, but sadly I'm going to have to go with my next lame question for now. And only kind of because I was thinking, because since coming home last week and like basically my question was going through my tiny notebook just to find it. I was gonna say some top 5 underrated spaces. And I don't mean like cities or big, but like for me, I've put the little duck pond by where we live.
I love
I
that place.
had such a wholesome moment when I went there the other day on my lunch break. There was 2 swans, adult mum and dad. They had 9 babies, but they were like 9 teenager babies. I brought seed with me, and I was genuinely like a little stubborn child because there was already people there feeding them, and I was like, I want to feed them. And luckily, they were hungry enough to eat everything. But I was just sat there and I was like, this is the sweetest moment ever. And I think a good duck pond is an underrated space.
It is an underrated space. The one by me is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And like a garden centre.
I love a garden
What
centre.
what a cracking
There's
day
a
out. But
garden centre in Solihull, I think. It's
oh.
African themed and it has an aviary. And like you can go in and you can pet all the birds and it's all like they like sell all the stuff in there, but it's like a themed, it's like going on safari. It's really cool.
Oh, see that. What I think me and you should do as well one day. I forget what they're called, but it like a safari place, but it's like a bat cave. Like
Mhm.
there is one. I've been to one, and you literally just walk in, and it's like the most tropically hot but dark place, and you've just got a dozen bats swooping around above you.
That would
What a
be
day out!
everything. That would be
What a day
everything.
out! Like, have you seen a bat up close? It's just a tiny, weird winged cat. It's like
They're
I can't
so
believe they exist. That's why I am slightly convinced vampires could be real. Because if someone told you about bats and you hadn't seen one, you'd be like, "Well, that's made up."
yeah.
But they're real. Do you know what I mean?
My sister, I won't say which one, I'm not gonna out her.
Oh, I can guess.
She genuinely asked me the other day if, well, we were playing a trivia game and we were doing like categories and it was like mammals was the category. And I said
Mm.
bat and she was like, bats are birds. I went, don't think they are. Don't think they are. And then she also told me that a dolphin was a fish.
Oh. Do you know what? I can give the dolphin one slightly, it's in the water, but the birds one, oh my God, I think I know which sister this is. I think
It
that's so
actually is the other one who's doing a degree in something professional,
no, I fully thought I'm
affect
so
people's lives.
sorry. I'm so sorry to the other one then, but that's beautiful. Oh my God. Oh, that's gorgeous. But yeah, have you got any underrated places that don't get enough?
Ooh, underrated places.
Just like like
I was going to say the local bookshop, but I think bookshops evenly rated. People love bookshops and justly so. Um, I'm
beautiful
going to out
place.
myself as a fucking loser.
What'd
CEX, not the
you say?
actor, CEX, the shop.
That really shocked me then. It was like you've just moved on to it. You had something you wanted to talk about. Oh my God, that's so good. Do you know, I haven't really been. I've been in, but
It's perfect. It's the best place on earth. I understand the memes and they're accurate. They are accurate, but I fit in with those people. I do.
oh, I
I can't
love
help it.
that.
And the
Oh.
DVDs are cheap, and they're always playing like Michael Romance in there. It's just the vibes are just excellent.
Do you know, I can fully, and I mean this sentence as I say it, I could so imagine you working in a sex shop. Like, genuinely. Because I've realised the only time I have been in one was when I went in with you and the twins, and you were buying them birthday presents of their choosing from in there in Sutton. And I also respect and completely tangent it off. I love you for the fact that you collect DVDs. I am more and more against anything digital these days. And the fact that you've got a tangible collection of your favourite films, that's going to live on like past nuclear war. The internet won't.
I've seen that Sony are the first studio to be phasing out physical DVDs and Blu-rays.
Oh my God, that was a turning point for like life. Blue. Oh my God.
It actually, because there's some films that you literally cannot watch ever again.
That's
We're living in
awful.
a technological dark age. I was
Do you know?
reading something about it, and it was like we genuinely, it's like the same. Everything that made the dark ages the dark ages is happening right now. It's just
That's
we have iPhones, so
frightening.
don't think we are.
And I think the frigging iPhones are the tool because all this technology is distracting us from everything else. And that is mental, you know, because I remember Ben was reading briefly about Roman history and like I didn't realize how advanced they were way back then. They had like indoor plumbing and all that stuff. And then the Dark Ages took away all of that. I'm like, you'd think we'd learn,
Yeah, it's because
but we ain't
like if
learning.
you think about like the Renaissance,
Mm,
everything that's happened in the Renaissance was like inventions, poetry, music, like art was really important. And at
yeah.
the minute, art not important, music not important.
Oh my God.
Films are only getting made to make money. Like it's very we're
Yeah. Oh
we're
yeah.
not thinking about anything.
Yeah.
Like if it's like if an apocalypse happened and all the technology went down, we'd all be fucked because none of us like normals can make it.
I know, and that's it, it does actually frighten me, like when you actually think about it. So I'm not gonna think about it. That gets really scary. But like I also think as well with how quick everything is. Like I will admit I hate an advert, especially when I'm trying to listen to like a mindful visualization thing, you know, meditation on YouTube, and then it's interrupted by a freaking gambling ad. And it scares the hell out of you. But I think it is a rite of passage to sit when you put your VHS in and to have to watch the like you wouldn't steal a car and the on Blu-ray now and trailers for other films and you have to rewind it when like that is a rite of passage to like I think it's good for your health to not always be so rushed all the time.
You'd have to watch the opening credits to things.
Yeah,
People made that. Like there's a
I
reason it's
know.
there. There's a
Yeah,
reason it's there. Like
I
it's not
know.
just some gigs. It's to set up the like it's to set it up. It's like I
Yeah,
had a lecturer who would sit to the end of credits because he was like a film music guy and he was
yeah.
like the composer put those songs in the score for a reason. Just because they're
Hmm.
in the credits doesn't mean they're not worthy of being listened to. I'm just like, what?
Genuinely. I know, like when a film ends, sometimes I'm too lazy to like get up and move, but also sometimes I like watching the credits because one, you see how many people are involved, like a small city of people contributed
Literally.
to that. And I always feel like, you know, these people, you know, they're probably not making millions of pounds. They're like, but they deserve to at least have their name read on a screen.
Hmm.
Like, because can you imagine if it was like when you're in, well, you're going to be the main credit, you're going to be the leading lady, but like, if you ever contributed to a film in a different way, I would sit to the very end just to see, like, oh my God, there's your name because you're in it. And I don't know, it's quite fulfilling watching it, but people just aren't patient now.
It's
Like,
why I think, and I'm a culprit. It's why like I can't
mm,
finish books anymore. I like don't
ah,
read because I haven't got any attention span because I'm used to like everything's like now, 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 now. Mm-mm.
genuinely, like I realized they shouldn't have introduced YouTube Shorts to YouTube because YouTube I liked, it was a sanctuary of just watching videos, but now I am scrolling through Shorts, which is the exact same as it was on Instagram, and I'm like, I went for a nap on my lunch break yesterday with the intention of sleeping for half an hour. I spent 45 minutes just scrolling on my phone, woke up, but didn't wake up because I didn't sleep, got up feeling worse. I couldn't tell you a thing that I looked at, but I had to keep scrolling rather than watching a video because I just needed that
That's with
burst.
like the same with TikTok. It's like at least if I'm watching a YouTube video, I'm still like there's still like a purpose to it. Like
Yeah,
even if it's stupid or it's like dumb and it's about like a fucking video game, there's still
yeah,
someone sat down and thoughts have been had. TikTok,
yes.
I literally could I will watch like 100 TikToks in a row and I wouldn't be able to tell you what the 99th was. Like
Genuinely. And that's the thing. Like, you know, when you order a takeaway and it says it's 35 plus minutes, I'm like, I'll have starved by then. That's, you know,
yeah,
like
I haven't watched
everything
that
is so
today.
quick. Yeah. And I just, I'm turning into such an old fogey. Like, I think we should bring back horse and carriage. Make the journey, the process, like pigeon mail, make me wonder what you're up to rather than being able to see it. Like, I don't know what it is. I think because no one's measured the effects of all this because we're still in that process. But when we're all old, there'll be some effects. When did
Massively.
this became
I
like
don't-
political?
This did. I know, and we're outing ourselves as like, I hate phones.
Yeah. But
I'm on my
everyone,
phone all the time. I will jump. I'll out myself. I'll out. This is how I know why I know it's a problem because I am the problem. I'll out myself right now.
you
Screen
can
time.
tell me your screen time. I knew it. I knew
All
it.
right. 6 hours, 6 minutes average daily.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
impressive. I'm gonna check
TikTok's my
mine.
most used app. Also, 6 hours. I'm 23% down from last week. Daily average of TikTok is 2 hours a day. That's a movie.
That's solid, isn't it, as well? Like that is, but it's not the same mechanisms as watching a movie, is it? You're not
No.
actually like ingesting, it's just like
It's
blur.
literally just like flickering. It's like sitting a kid in front of like Andy Pandy.
Oh, I know. It really is brain melting stuff, isn't it? But it's that like I remember when I stopped using Instagram, but I'd pick up my phone and just go to tap where it was. And I wasn't even thinking about it. And I'm like, the muscle memory, the world has trained me into that. That is frightening. But looking at mine, mine's, you can tell I'm on LinkedIn now. So I spent 22 minutes on LinkedIn. Mine is mainly WhatsApp, the New York Times puzzles, because I'm doing my Wordle and my Sudoku. And then a game I downloaded last night called Cats and Soup because cats make soup.
Oh,
That's literally it.
I used to use Cats Make Soup. I like one called Animal Restaurant. It's good. It's a good one.
Oh, I downloaded that as well, but I didn't have enough battery for it to download, so I'm gonna read like that. Is
It's
so
good. It's
funny.
good because I delete games off my phone instantly. I've literally
Yeah.
had this I've had my little cat restaurant on my phone for 2 years straight.
Oh, that good.
I don't regularly
Blimey.
use it, but
Yeah.
sometimes I go in and they're all cute and I fish.
Oh, see, I love that. Do you remember when we were literally younger? The most technological thing we had was MSN, but it wasn't social media. It was just chatting to your friends, but you'd seen them at school anyway, so it wasn't like it ate up your life. It was just what you did before dinner was ready. But then we'd have like Tamagotchis and stuff like that, but I don't think of them as like technology, just a
No,
digital
just
game.
toys. Yeah.
But it was like we actually thought about stuff. I have notebooks full of random stories that I made and like, but I actually cared about it. And like that's what I reached for. And I miss having time to think.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
miss
I
it.
wasn't allowed a TV in my bedroom, so I just read. I just read like constantly. Genuinely, one of the reasons I think I have glasses is because I used to read in the dark. Like we'd leave the whole light on, but I wouldn't have any
Yeah.
lights on my own bedroom, and I'd be like right here,
Oh,
literally
that
like in
is
my eyes,
genuinely we are
reading
learning.
multiple books at once, all the time,
Iconic.
in the morning, whenever I would pick up my phone now, I'd be like, oh well, I can fit in like 15 minutes.
Yes. Yeah. Your mum and dad did it right. Like with you on the naughty step reading, no telly, so you read it. Genuinely, they raised you perfectly. I love that. And that's, yeah, I miss that. And I know this is nothing to do with space, but I would like to bring a space free of technology back into my life. But it's everywhere. I've stopped wearing my digital watch, my Apple Watch, because I'm sick of it telling me stuff. Like I don't want to know every notification I have. Like I actually
Yeah.
don't care.
I turned off all
So
my notifications and it literally I spent like six, okay, to be anti-tech, I had to be pro-tech for a little bit. I made my phone really aesthetic and it took me like 6 hours.
I remember that.
And I changed it and it's all my icons are green and stuff, whatever. But it means I don't have, like on the iPhone you get the little red bubble that's like you have
Yeah.
40,000 unread emails. None
Yeah.
of that. Nothing on my screen that says
Oh,
I've got notifications. I only have notifications on for like WhatsApp
the main
and
stuff. Yeah.
Messenger, like anywhere that people have to actually reach me. But
Yeah.
everything else, no, absolutely
Did you
the fuck not.
know? fully remember you designing your phone. Like it took you like a day. It was the detail, the depth. It was beautiful. I forgot people. That was during the time like people were unlocking their phones or something. I don't even know what that means.
You
but
can just download, like, you can download packages that do it for you, but you have to
See.
pay for them, and I refuse.
Ah.
So I'm on Canva for 6 hours editing every single app.
It's literally like you and this podcast, like doing the most.
Oh, I fucking love Canva. If we ever get famous and I'm promoted by anyone, let it be Canva.
Yeah. It's that
I
the,
love-
that's the sponsorship.
I love them. I use Canva every single day of my life. I made a logo on Canva.
Wow.
I
And
made
it's
a
iconic.
YouTube video that was made on Canva. It
Do
makes
you
me feel
know,
like a graphic designer.
are you free version?
Yeah.
The only thing I wish the free version had, and it might have, but I might not have not noticed it, is when you're looking for like an element and it comes up with all of the premium. I wish there was a way to just get rid of that and only see the
Oh.
free stuff.
That would change my life, because the way, also when I first downloaded it and I first started with Canva, there was a way more free stuff. Way more.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
getting more and more like premium only, especially on the like element stuff.
But it's so good. The template, this is literally like a Canva sponsored show now. They like, if only they could hear us. Oh, should we email a link to them? I think we should at some point. I would like, when we have built enough of a viewership, questions, man, like topics that people want to
I
know
would love
about.
questions. Please, if you listen to this, send us some questions. Send us some
I think
questions. I might even crop this bit out and put it on the old TikTok, because we have a TikTok. We have a TikTok.
do we?
We have a YouTube channel. We have everything except for
I didn't
Twitter,
know
because I
that.
don't use it. I quit TikTok
Oh.
because I saw a CCTV of someone actually dying, and I was
Do you mean
like,
Twitter?
I'm done. Yeah, Twitter. I was like, I'm done.
Did you?
Probably. Yeah, I saw an actual CCTV video of someone literally being murdered, and then it was immediately followed by a meme, just a completely irrelevant meme underneath. And I
Wow.
was like, this is so dystopian. I'm out. Goodbye, Elon.
God.
I'm done.
See, this, I mean, to be fair, that frightens me. I was watching, again, YouTube Shorts in bed the other day. One came up and it was just someone at the top of a mountain filming, and it was just a dead ice climber. It was like, oh, someone else frozen in the snow. And then it was like just zoomed to the view. And I'm like, wait, what? Why?
We're so desensitized. And like, I know it's rich coming from me because I watch so many horror movies, but we're so desensitized to violence. It freaks me the out.
It's weird because, like,
This is such a weird thing to be wrapping up on.
I know, like, it was in the Euros. Look at me talking about football. Someone fell, landed on their neck, and they put like a barrier around them because apparently in the Euros before, someone literally had a stroke or a heart attack or something on the pitch, and the camera guy decided to zoom in on him, so everybody in the stadium and the world tuning in could watch it happen.
That's so fucked.
And it's just like, I know morbid curiosity is a thing, but also respected privacy is a bigger thing.
People can be so mean.
It's like when, I know it's not the same scale, but when someone's walking down the pavement and they trip over.
Yeah.
And like, yes, you all glance because something unexpected has happened, but I always feel guilty for them because we're all capable of laughing at ourselves. Most of the time it doesn't hurt. It's not actually embarrassing. It's not a bad thing. We've all done it. But when everyone is watching you, it is the most awkward thing. And that's why people cry, because it's like, it's horrible thinking everyone's gathered round to look at you on the pavement. And it's funny when it's your friends. It is.
It's the German word, Schadenfreude.
What does that mean? I've heard that.
It means taking pleasure in other people's misfortune. So when you see someone like fall over in your crease.
Yeah, I've heard
it's
that.
some shit like that. Yeah, I'm awful for it.
Oh, 100%.
How did we get to this topic from poo-poo?
Do you know, the caca thing that got me.
Caca.
We've barely touched upon space, and like that's one of my favourite themes in the world. For our next theme, and again, I do think we should do sequels at some point. That would be a good one. We've got some cracking themes lined up, guys. We don't know them yet, but
we have guests.
Yes,
but if she says no, I'll kill myself. So.
But yeah, listeners, let us know your bowel movement habits. I want to know what's normal.
Let us know. Yeah, what is the normal? Because we're on opposite ends of the spectrum.
Oh, I know we're running out of time, but I have to ask, sorry. When you wipe, do you remain seated and your hand dips into the gap between back of the toilet seat in your ass, or do you kind of stand up, bend over, and wipe? Like, where you at with that?
Bit of both. Depends on the shit.
Are you a scruncher or a folder?
Folder every time.
I knew you were a folder. Do you not get the fear that your finger's going to poke through
I
the
use
folded?
enough paper. I use enough paper.
How much loo roll must you get through in your household, though?
So much. We go to Costco though, and we get Costco loo paper. So we've got
Oh,
like
you-
rolls.
You need to come here. I live by a Costco. Like, you literally... Oh, family day out to get loo roll.
I'll bring Mum's card, and we can go Costco.
Oh, see, I can't be a folder because it's too much time, and it's the fear of like the finger
But
in
then
the
I
hole.
get worried that my scrunch won't be scrunched over my hand, like the fingers that I'm using.
So when you're folding, are you turning it into like a napkin glove and then like
No,
rummaging
but
it?
I'm like it's folded in a way that it covers the top of my fingertips.
Is it like palm? Are you using your whole hand to wipe, like bottom to top?
No. Just it's just like
Just fingertips.
from the bottom knuckle, the finger, the bottom of my fingers.
See, with a
This is
scrunch.
crazy. We have less than a minute of this recording left, and this is how we're ending.
Right, we've got 40 seconds to tie this off to space somehow.
Please come back next week. I promise we won't talk about shit to this degree. It's really late.
I feel like we should just change the theme to this one's about poo with a side like quest about places. I've enjoyed
Did you
it
say
though.
places or spaces?
Oh god, spaces.
It's not even-
Oh,
This has gone off the rails. It'd be fun though. We had fun.
We've had fun, and I
I
love
hope
it.
you had fun too, listener.
We're gonna go any second, aren't we?
Yeah. See you in 2 weeks. I mean, not you, but the listener.
So right, I won't torture them, but no. Right, I love you all, listeners.
Peace and love.
Scrunch and fold. This is such a long minute.